My phone this morning, this is Sunday, just prior to Christmas. My phone's low on storage, so I can't get to the store for another week and a half. And I'm going to get me a new phone if I can then. Uh, Maybe I'll have more storage and a better way for me to put up a video. I hesitated about putting this up this morning, but I happened upon a friend of mine put this video up so I would catch it there. And anyway, I went to YouTube and saw part of it, and then I just couldn't take anymore. But then I looked underneath at the comments, and there were lists. I sat there and looked through them, and it was the same thing. It was trashing my dad. The one man in history who was very honorable, and that was the reason they trashed him. I'm going to say it again and again, and I have over and over. My father, and I'm his only child. My sons are his only grandchildren, and they're heirs after me. And God, I hope they're still alive. After viewing this, it just is too much to take. I mean, where and on this green earth, could it have happened? They have trashed him. And then what has been done to me that I can't even put up here. I won't. Not now. I hope it's when it can all be told in the truth. I hope it's put up there to set the record straight about my father, about what happened to me and my children and my mom. I mean, my mom is Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. She was born in Madison, Wisconsin. School teacher. The O'Keefes were nice people. George O'Keefe, my aunt, they tied up their money too. After my father, I'm going to say this one more time. Well, I want his name cleared. My mom, known for who she is, what was done to them. They were still alive and married to each other October the 20th of 1986 when I came to Roanoke. The double that married Wallace Simpson is buried with Wallace, is my understanding. I mean, what kind of a thing is this? I mean, it's the sickest thing that can be done in history. The lies, out and out lies, to trash a beautiful man, his wife, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, and to do to his child, who is the legal monarch. And I'm not going to go into that again. God help me, I hope it's told. It comes to a conclusion, and was not a conclusion. I am, whether I'm ever known for it or this thing that's sitting thing. I mean, she's bowed down to. She works for the Illuminati that took my father down. She knows it. They kidnapped me. She knows it. She knows Wallace Simpson married a double, and they're buried where royalty. Okay, if you're royalty, Elizabeth, and that bunch of thugs you're following, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I hope I get to come home and set the record straight. I do not like what's been done to my father, mom, and to my children and me and to Great Britain, whether you know it or not. I mean, there's a lot of Brits that came over here throughout my life. They did. So they've always known where I was and am. So much has been done to them. My God, the whole thing was to take down the British Empire and form the United Nations, which is your global government, your Henry Kissinger, your Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, the Kennedy clan. What would we do? I've told the truth about it, and only if it's brought into court by some higher power, because they control the media and everything now. I hope they don't control Donald Trump, President Trump. So I'm going to put this up. I see all these videos that are nothing but lies about my dad, and making all this stuff about Wallace Simpson. My God, the woman was. And then you got, I don't want to even mention them either. You got this, I won't, because she'll get off on it, so I'm not going to mention her. That's all I want to say about her. She must not believe that the truth is ever going to be told, and if it is, that she suffers no consequences for the lies that she's put up. She knows. I'm going to go ahead and say it because she'll see this, I guess, because she's come back at me, and she's got a friend that does it. It's appalling. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't mention her. It makes me sick at my stomach. This woman does not even know who her real mother is. She was adopted, so therefore she doesn't know who her father was. She was adopted by a Russian family. She finished college, and by the way, it's the same college, only it's out in California, as out of CIA headquarters in Langley there. At the moment, I'm tired, very. Oh, for God's sake, I know what college it is. But it's, okay, you can get it, the connection. I've wondered, I don't know if she's connected to CIA. I don't know that that's it. I don't know. I know that she finished college and got her degree in communication, group communication, so she's good at her videos and all this and good at lying. She did not know about me. I'm going to put this up again. I've heard the trashing of a beautiful man, my father, who wouldn't go along with the Illuminati. They took him down. They took me down. They didn't know my father would have a daughter. My dad was 45 and my mom 40, I believe, when I was born in 39. And no one thought they would have children. Well, I was born and 39, and the minute I was born, because there was proper, and I have been told this, and it's true, and hopefully there's papers hidden away somewhere, because a lot of people know it. They told me, and they came after me, except they got the heck. People think it's, well, I won't go in that. One day maybe I'll have a forum that I can speak on to people, and the truth's told. And maybe the power's such, if you don't like what I'm saying, well then, and the more I see some of this about what was done to my dad in front of, I can't believe it. I can't believe what. So I'm just going to babble, I guess, because darned if you do and darned if you don't. Somebody's going to get mad at you. So back to this person. She did not know about me. She did not know that the so-called Duke of Windsor that married American spy Wallace Simpson was a double, an imposter. That my father, the real King Edward VIII, had been married to Wallace. Married to Wallace. I heard somebody coughing out there in the hallway. I'm tired. That my father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe, and my mom is an American. She was born in Madison, Wisconsin. Everybody knows who Georgia O'Keeffe is. I wonder if Elizabeth, in using what's mine, living in my home, and that part of that family and her, Elizabeth, and her brood have stolen my money, my father's money, and they've always known about me. I wasn't supposed to be born, so then they had to get rid of me. They'd gotten rid of my dad, then get rid of me, because I'm the real monarch, whether you like it or not. And to say God saved the queen, what if he did? What are you going to say? Because I'm a real queen. If you want to talk about queen, you want to, I'm the real one. And I'm the one that I hope the truth is told about all this. And it's ugly. It is ugly. And I love my country. And I will say this, I don't like it because you have, my mom has been deleted from history, so to speak. I mean, she really has. The O'Keeffes have gone through hell and lost their lives in all this simply because the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Kennedy clan, the Roosevelt, Rockefeller, Bilderbergers, Rothschilds, oh, the Rothschilds, chose to be the global government they mention in the Bible. And when they took my father down, he would not take orders from them. They had character assassination. My God, when you can have him marrying Wallace Simpson, and that's a total lie, a double did. There were doubles used, the bad behavior, and people began to think it was true. And a lot of people I look on there, and I wish, you don't know how I wish there is a judgment day, and I want to see what they have to say. I wish, because they've trashed my father and left him in history, and they've deleted me and mine, and what they've done to us here is so horrific. And yes, the Brits did come over here. They have. The whole thing was to take down the British Empire, and therefore you can install, which they've done, the Henry Kissinger and the global government and the United Nations sitting up there, who's caused all this calamity by having wars, waging wars, and then having them not have a home, and so they overflow into the UK and Germany and France and Turkey and Greece, etc. And they're coming up here trying to get in from Mexico up into the States here. So that whole scenario was created after my father was taken down. He wouldn't sign papers to allow, well, I'll go ahead and say it, the United States to come in. Roosevelt, Eisenhower, oh, Sir Winston Churchill, how they sell their souls. I'm tired, so people can say what they want to about my video. I have some friends up on YouTube. I hope they're still with me. They don't like what's happened either. I wanted to get this partly, and then I'm going to stop, and I have nerve damage, so I'm not, and my storage is full almost, so I may not be on here but a couple of times till I can get past the, well, couple next week and get a new phone and everything and a way to hold it. So now I am tired, and I'm losing my train of thought here this morning. Well, I don't know where I was going for that. I sometimes get so disgusted, and I put it up so many times, and I wonder if it's done any good whatsoever, except I can't sit by and watch my father, his name, and my mom, and my children. Where are they? The truth told. I would, it's not just me. I had no idea. I was talking when I was writing about in 76, writing about mind control murders and putting chips in bypasses. I'd worked for doctors and putting them in root canals where you seal it and you can remote control people. You can program them to shoot. And I've named these over and over so people know where I'm coming from. Like they shot Larry Flint in Lawrenceville, Georgia in March of 78. I was doing the book at Moonraker. By the way, there's something more about just me being a Moonraker that you associate. A lot of this has to be putting a puzzle together, associating with. Okay, last night I'm listening to Coast again. I go to sleep with it at night, and they're the only place that still tells at least a good bit of the truth. Not all of it, but a good bit. But they were talking about, oh gosh, I am in bad shape this morning, aren't I? I'm losing my train of thought already. Well, one thing that came up was the Marshall Islands, and I think they just had an earthquake. Or somebody gotta tell about the Marshall Islands. It was named. Well, you got the Space Center after they kidnapped me, brought me to Moulton, Alabama. Who do you think? How do you think it all got started? The Space Center there. Who financed it really, and the scientists that were made to come over here, including Werner von Braun, and they've trashed him. This man was a great man. And then they killed him. I don't care what they say. Dr. Robicher they killed, a great man. And somebody killed Hyman Miller the same way they killed Robicher. You got the good and the bad there, the extreme. Hyman Miller was nothing but a sorry, low down, and his wife knew it. She stood out front while he did it to his patients. Now then, and not Otis Gay, but Dr. Gay burned files, so you could never do anything about what he did to his patients and the lies and the misdiagnosis that he deliberately did, and the hell that was going on. Okay, Gay was a medical something, and he burned the files, people's files. Well, I'm losing my train of thought, obviously. This is because I am tired. And I know that I've got to get another place to live. I have to, and hopefully it's better. That's all I can say. Because I'm losing the rest of my hearing, and the place would be nice if it weren't okay if it weren't for the air and heating conditions here and the mold and mildew. So I know they love me putting this up, but it's the truth and they know it. So I guess would be considered babbling. I hope I've earned the right, though. A little fresh air. Oh, I wish. This is what I wish. There's a place up here. It's closed during the winter. It's called the Peaks of Otter Lodge. Makes me cry. Because you can go up on the parkway and you can get fresh air. And you're away from all the carbon monoxide, the toxic fumes. And I know I was away from it for 2 weeks at least, or 3 weeks, about 4 years ago. And I could hardly walk then, and I was really sick. My lungs, my kidneys, the way it makes me feel. I was away from it, and I'll say where I went then. It's the only time that this was good. It was out at Arcadia in Montauk County, out there near Buchanan in the National Forest, and it's a National Forest campground with the creek running beside it, and you can actually fish there if you've got a license and the gear. But it should be a quiet, peaceful place, and this time it was without the fumes. I stayed there maybe